Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lefty from 643 Productions coming at you here with a Black Ops Search and Destroy sniping gameplay commentary here on Jungle. This is brought to you by the movie Rise of the Planet of the Apes, opening everywhere Friday, August 5th. If you want to get your hands on some tickets, go ahead and check out the link in the description. You'll be taken to fandango.com where you can find a theater near you and pre-order some tickets so you don't have to wait in line or on opening day or opening night, whatever it is. And I'm excited to see Rise of the Planet of the Apes because it looks like, obviously there's the dreamy James Franco, but also it looks like they're taking another route with it. It's not just a strict action flick. They are looking, it appears, to give the non-human character, at least the one of the apes shown in all of the trailers, to give that character depth. And I'm interested to see how they work that and how they go about that. So, Friday, August 5th, Rise of the Planet of the Apes open. The link is in the description if you want to go ahead and check out some tickets. If not, that's fine as well. No problem there. But anyway, I want to talk with you guys about something. And earlier today, I recorded a little video for my introduction to Yaush. It will be going up on Yaush Reloaded. And in it, I talked about the idea of hipfire bloom. And that is the idea that when you're firing a semi-automatic or automatic weapon, the hipfire reticles get bigger. The area between each of the white little specks you see on your screen becomes larger, meaning it becomes harder to hit a target. Theoretically speaking, obviously, given a small sample size, you could hit everything if your hipfire reticle was even huge or anything like that. But for the most part, it makes it harder, the idea goes, when the hipfire spread gets larger as you fire a weapon to hit a target within that area. Now, I've found, and I've been thinking about this for a while, and I attribute it a little bit to MLG becoming so prominent in Black Ops, or at least picking up Black Ops as a game type and showing it off. But for whatever reason, a lot of people, it seems, have been beginning to find out that the hipfire spread in Black Ops for every single weapon doesn't get considerably larger as you fire a weapon. In fact, I don't think it gets larger at all. If you're moving, it gets larger than if you're stationary. But when you start firing an automatic or semi-automatic weapon, that reticle or that area doesn't change. It doesn't increase. And personally, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way, and if you do, go ahead and let me know in the comments, I think that is a bit of a balance issue. Because when you have, like in Black Ops, when you have weapons with extremely high rates of fire, a la the AUG, the FAMAS, the 7.4U with rapid fire, as well as the lesser-known weapons, which I think people are starting to figure out, be it the MPL or something like that. When you have weapons with high rates of fire like that, and you have attachments that increase those rates of fire, rapid fire, players tend to, or they can, rely on the fact that that area, that hipfire spread, doesn't get any bigger as they hold down the trigger, and rely on their rate of fire or the rate of fire of their chosen weapon rather than some innate ability to aim down the sights and line up a shot. Basically, at least my, quote, theory has become, that reduces some of the skill needed to do well in the game. Now, of course, you can make the argument, you can nitpick and say, well, it does take skill to understand when to hipfire and when to ADS. Yes, that's strategic skill, but in terms of ability to line up a shot, in terms of, in a given engagement from T0 to the end, when somebody wins and somebody loses, that it reduces the skill necessary to win that engagement. Obviously, again, there's skill, or I guess you could call it skill in terms of what determines the engagement and how the engagements come about. But at the end of the day, when you assume all those things to be equal, the person that has the higher rate of fire weapon with the small hipfire spread is going to win a certain number of engagements. Now, that's not to say that they shouldn't win those engagements. My point is that they don't have to rely on their skill to do it. They can just hold down the right trigger and get the job done. Now, should they be able to win that engagement? I would say that should be up to the skill of each respective player. But in Black Ops, because of the lack of hipfire bloom, and we didn't see it a lot in Modern Warfare 2, I understand that. We did see it in Call of Duty 4, but because of the complete lack of hipfire bloom, we are seeing a lot of players, instead of wasting the time in a given engagement, aiming down the sights. Even with Sleight of Hand Pro, that's an extra 0.1 or 0.15 or 0.13 seconds to spew bullets at people. People can just rely on their hipfire spread and the rate of fire of their weapons, which I think, again, this is my opinion, doesn't take much skill. So personally, for Modern Warfare 3, and I want to do a Modern Warfare 3 wish list video, maybe perhaps with a sniping spin on it, or focusing on sniping, obviously, because that's my bread and butter. But I figured this needed a discussion of its own. This needed to say, okay, now we have to discuss this, because, like I said, like getting back to the MLG point, as this community grows larger and larger, and as the competitive side grows larger and larger, which it is, we could see, it is possible that we could see a lot of people, if things aren't changed in terms of hipfire bloom, just hipfire. And for those of you that like the realism arguments, go ahead and try picking up an AK-47 and just holding down the trigger. Just hold it down with two arms. I mean, you'd have to have Rise of the Planet of the Apes. You'd have to have the arms of a gorilla and able to do it, and you can't. But again, I can debunk those realism arguments, but that's just something I've been thinking about. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. The comments are there. Hipfire bloom. Is it necessary? Because we've seen it completely removed in Black Ops. I think it was reserved for only a few weapons in Modern Warfare 2. I believe a lot of weapons had it in Call of Duty 4 and along with Idle Sway. Is hipfire bloom necessary to retain balance? Because the FAMAS can beat SMGs, some assault rifles, or every other assault rifle up close if the guy just holds down the right trigger instead of worrying about aiming down the sights. And I don't think that's necessarily the best for the game. But let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. I think we should have hipfire bloom. So Modern Warfare 3, or quote, the next Call of Duty game, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, I want some hipfire bloom. And we'll see what we can do. Let's bring it back to player skill instead of who can choose what weapon. All right, guys, that's my time. I got to get out of here. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. Just go to twitter.com/lefty643. The fun doesn't stop here. It's also on Twitter. Also, just go to facebook.com and like up my Facebook fan page, facebook.com/lefty643. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I am out.